So I made many videos about Usopp getting a Devil Fruit imbued hammer at some point in Elbaf. Said hammer, I have often said, could be imbued with the powers of a squirrel. As a cheeky reference to the squirrels that we see in Thriller Bark, who are just using the shadows of the Risky Brothers, who were a part of the Rolling Pirates, led by Lola, who too has ties to Elbaf, right? That's the road to get to the squirrel. Kind of convoluted, but I can see it happening, right? So I have said that said squirrel could be a reference to the Death Squirrel. The Death Squirrel appears in the video game One Piece Odyssey, but has its origins rooted in concept art for One Piece Strong World, the film. And we've seen many a Strong World animal in Elbaf already. So, with that being said, with the appearances of so many mythological creatures in Elbaf at this point, we have Saint Killingham with the power of a Quillen, who appears to be awakened all the time, which is odd. And then we have another awakened Zoan in Saint Shamrock's sword, whom is called Cerberus, who actually has the power of the mythological creature Cerberus, who too is an awakened Zoan. So with all that being said, I could see that Usopp's supposed imbued hammer with the powers of a squirrel devil fruit could just be Ratataskor. Like, whole stop. It could just be the squirrel fruit model Ratataskor. So in many depictions, Ratataskor is a squirrel with a unicorn horn, which makes a lot of sense because a Quillen is often referred to as a unicorn. So we're finding some correlation here. But it's known for spreading rumors and lies by running up the great tree Yggdrasil and down to its roots to try to make the Nidhogg and I believe the eagle at the top of the tree fight, right? So, who do I think this Ratataskor imbued hammer could be? Well, I think the powers of the fruit allows the hammer to speak English, first of all. Second of all, I think this person could be a character known as Moza, but is the official English translation is now known as Shaggy, which is real odd. We go from Moza to Shaggy. I don't know why his name is Shaggy in English. It's real weird. But we see Loki talking to this Shaggy over Den Den Mushi, and the Den Den Mushi is also Shaggy because it's a special winter Den Den Mushi. We see him talking to him in chapter 1134. So I think this Shaggy is a Devil Fruit imbued hammer with the powers of a squirrel fruit model Ratataskor. And maybe two, Shaggy and Loki have a very similar relationship to Usopp and Luffy, in which one is a troublemaking upstart and the other is a liar, but maybe this is another turn on the character of Usopp, and Shaggy is a more graceful liar, seeing as how he seems to be more sensible than Loki. With that being said, too, it would make a lot of sense for Usopp to have such a fruit, because this again would increase the parallels that he has with Luffy, which now it would be as like he has a mythical Zoan, but it's not he who ate it, it's a weapon of his who ate it, which is interesting because Nika is often depicted with weapons and Luffy is notable for not really using weapons in combat. So I could see there being sort of a weird correlation between Luffy having and being a mythological figure, and then Usopp using a mythological figure in the form of a tool in which he's not really adept at using, which increases the hilarity of this situation. Much like how Luffy is not really good at using any of the weapons that Nika has been depicted with, but yet he has a grand lexicon of many a weapon. But with that being said, give me your thoughts and tell your friends about Polypede Works.